Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Friday, the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. If you're coming on, I want you to hit that like button. Hit that share button. Please tag Lolly Dolly, everybody. Let them know Prophet Ramone, Preston, the tribe, the squad, the team, the crew, and the Ramonepreston show is live on this beautiful Friday. Shout out to all of our tribe members on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, which is coming to a close at the end of March, Twitter, LinkedIn, any other video or audio platform that you're on. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being a part of this economic movement, or this biblical economic movement. We're using the Ramonepreston show every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon. Every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, the Ramonepreston show streams live on multiple platforms so that we can bring you what our assignment is to do in this season, which is to bring you the most important aspects of financial literacy, of entrepreneurship, business ownership, ministry leadership, investments, and family legacy wealth building. Those are considered to be the bedrock principles of biblical economics. Those are considered to be the foundational fragments that we bring together to really educate and train the people of God. Everything that I teach, everything that I preach, everything that I train people on when it comes to biblical economics is built into our Blueprint Game Plan program, which is our 5-step wealth building system centered around an online training and educational platform. For those of you that are already a part of our Blueprint Game Plan program, shout out to you. Thank you so much for believing in us to train you and to provide you with the information you need to take your finances and your business and your ministry to the next level. For those of you that are part of our coaching program, if you are clients of our consulting group, if you are members of our network, I want to thank you so much for your love, your prayers, and your support. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, and would you be so kind to tag somebody, preferably Lolly Dolly, everybody. If you can tag them and let them know that Prophet Ramonepreston and the Ramonepreston show is live. We hear y'all. It's a beautiful Friday. Today is Friday, February the 26th, 2021. And we are approaching 60 days. We're approaching the first 60 days of this calendar year. And God has been doing some extraordinary things. For those of you that have been following us for the past 5 weeks, this is the 5th full week that we've been live Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon. So if you've been following us, I want to get some feedback from you, whether it's on the live, whether it's in the comment section, or whether you just text us or email us. I want to get some feedback from you on what topic or topics have you heard within the last, oh, you loud. She over there capping. What are the topics? what my sidekick over there? You ain't capping today?
No, I'm not capping right now.
What are the topics that you have heard within the last 5 weeks? Like, what are the few topics that you've heard within the last few weeks that you just feel like, wow, I didn't know that. I learned something new about that. I want to know if there's any topic that you have heard me talk about just within the last 5 full weeks of hosting this show Monday through Friday at 12 noon. Let me know what are the few topics, or what is the main topic that you've heard me talk about and that you've learned something critical to your finances, your business, your entrepreneurship, your products, your services, your growth, your ministry, your investments, your family legacy, wealth building. I would love to know. Most of the feedback that we get is from one or two specific areas. But if you're coming on, I want to know what the feedback is. Like, what topics within the last 5 weeks? This is the 5th full week we've been on Monday through Friday. And I haven't been on here just prophesying. I haven't been on here just speaking in tongues. I've actually been on here, moving in a more focused direction to really educate and train my tribe members, my family members, my friends on the most important aspects of biblical economics. And we've talked about a lot of topics. We've covered a lot of topics just within the last 5 full weeks. So I would love to know from some of you, what are the topics that you've heard me talk about, or what are the topics that you have heard me teach on just within the last 5 weeks that have really interested you? Like what has really resonated with you? So please put that in the comments. Let me know what you think about the Ramonepreston show so far. If you don't like it, I would love for you to share that with me. If there are certain things you don't like, share that with me as well, because we're not going to stop. We're going to continue to do it Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon. I'm going to continue educating my people on these biblical economic issues that I think should be on the top of all of our priority lists, especially as people of faith. That's me?
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You working today, huh? Okay. And capping. Thank you. So I want to know what the topics are. I could go through so many topics that we've covered. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to bore you. But any topic that I've talked about within the last 5 full weeks that we've been on, I really want to know what has really resonated with you, or what is the most important principle you've learned, or what has changed in your life since you've been participating in these daily shows on the Ramonepreston show. Today, I'm posing a question. If you have any questions, please drop those questions in the comments. I appreciate all of you that engage, that share, that give us shout outs, that always put us on your news feeds. I appreciate all that love and support. I think most of you who are social media minded, or if you are savvy enough to understand how the world of social media works, you probably already know that the way this thing works is, if you don't view the lives, if you don't watch the videos, if you don't like and share and tag and comment, then the algorithms, however the technology is that supports these platforms, it will never push us up those news feeds, which means you very rarely see Prophet Ramone and the Ramonepreston show, or any ads or videos that we're doing. I'm on Facebook right now, and Lula Battle, thank you, Lula. She said, phases, okay, 3 phases of creating a holding company. That was one of the shows and topics that she really loved. She also said the 3 income categories for tax purposes. Yeah, that's a real good topic. The 3 income categories for tax purposes, the 3 phases of creating a holding company. And she also liked the topic on why we need more income. That is very, very good. Thank you, Lula. I appreciate you. All of my YouTube family, if you have certain topics that you have watched on YouTube, certain videos, whether they are live from the show or whether they are replays or other videos that we drop.
Somebody said holding company got me here.
The holding company. The holding company. We have somebody on YouTube.
Said holding company got me here.
They said the holding company content got them here. Well, we definitely have quite a bit of content on YouTube about the holding company concept. But let's not sleep on the content that I have on our Blueprint Game Plan program. So for those of you that you did not have an opportunity to see or be introduced to our university training platform, I want you to take some time and I want you to literally go to Ramonepreston.com. You can type that in your phone, your tablet, your laptop, MacBook, computer. If you type in Ramonepreston.com, I'm typing it in for you right now, Ramonepreston.com, especially if you are very interested in the holding company and you want to know not just how to start one, but you want to know how to structure it and how to scale it and run it on a day-to-day basis. I want you to consider being a part of our Blueprint Game Plan online training program. Why? Okay, you go to Ramonepreston.com, and on the top of the screen, if you're going from your phone, you're going to click the menu button, and you're going to see RP University. If you click on RP University, it's going to take you to our university training platform. There you will see Blueprint Game Plans, or I'll give you another way to do it. You can go to Ramonepreston.com and just start scrolling down, and you'll see where it says the home of the Blueprint Game Plan, and you'll see the types of Blueprint Game Plan training programs we have available. We have 6 total. We have 5 that are industry specific, and then we have 1 ultimate all-in-one, which is all 5 in 1, which most people who want to build a solid organizational enterprise, most people who want to structure their organizations the right way and understand all aspects of starting and structuring and running the day-to-day operations of a business, most of you need the ultimate all-in-one. But let's click on one of these for those of you that are very interested in the holding company concept. When you click on any of our Blueprint Game Plans, it will show you all the courses that we have available. These are all the courses in our ultimate all-in-one Blueprint Game Plan. One of the courses right here is entitled Starting and Structuring a Holding Company. Starting and Structuring a Holding Company. If you click on there, you'll see that there's an entire course full of modules. Can you see that? On understanding a holding company, the power of a holding company, the 4 P's of a holding company, things to know about a holding company. This is a very interesting segment here because I answer most of the common questions we have about a holding company. We have an area of the basics of business ownership with regard to a holding company, and then we have a do-it-yourself startup kit. So if you really like the holding company concept and you really want to learn how to operate as a holding company, I really encourage you to get the Blueprint Game Plan so that you can start learning all aspects of it. For those of you that have any topics that you've heard me cover in the last 5 weeks since we've hosted the Ramonepreston Show Monday through Friday, please give me some feedback. Let me know what topics you really enjoyed, what topics you learned from, what topics you would like to hear about. We have many, many, many topics. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of topics that we already have prepared that we're going to discuss on the show, all centered around biblical economics. But if there are certain topics that are really hitting home that you want to learn about on the show, I want to make sure that we're providing as much value as we possibly can. So please give me your feedback. Let me know. Thank you, Lula. Thank you, YouTube follower. Appreciate you. Thank you for all of your love, your support, and your engagement. Okay, so now today my question is, how important is $1,000? I'm dedicating this segment, if you will, or this portion of the show to our $1,000 Blueprint Game Plan Challenge. Some of you may be familiar with our Blueprint Game Plan Challenge. When we came into the new year, I'm going to pull my website back up. When we came into the new year, 2021, say what, honey? I'm talking about honey. Oh, here I go again. Hey.
Both of y'all said.
Oh my God. We say it so much, don't we?
So much.
Oh my God. That's funny. I be in La La Land all the time, don't I? How did I get here? I know. Say what, honey? I'm so programmed. I'm so programmed. That's funny. Say what, daughter? What was you saying?
No, you good. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you go to Ramonepreston.com, she over there picking at me because I'm always speaking out of turn, and I don't know where I be at sometimes. My mind be everywhere. I be so focused on what I'm talking about, I forget I got people watching me on live. I'm like on a world wide web, and I'm just acting goofy as all over as all outdoors. It don't matter. It is what it is. Right? So if you go to Ramonepreston.com, one of our pages is dedicated to okay, you crazy girl. Hey, Kelly talking about good afternoon, honey. In your behind. Oh my God. I don't know why y'all be dogging me like that. Why y'all be dogging me like that? And then she come right behind me talking about good afternoon, honey.
Right.
Wow, y'all wrong for that. Anyway, back to my job. We came into 2021 with a $1,000 Blueprint Game Plan Challenge, okay? If you go to Ramonepreston.com/challenge, or if you're at Ramonepreston.com, you'll see the $1,000 challenge. It was a 90-day challenge that I posed, a 90-day challenge for you to save $1,000 for emergencies. For those of you that are on the challenge, first of all, congratulations to you. We have about how many on the challenge?
Like 25.
So we have 25 people who joined the challenge.
Yes.
So that represents $25,000. Whether you capping or just faking it or not, we have 25 people who actually went to this page, joined the challenge, and I gave all 25 people, whether you are a member of our Blueprint Game Plan or not, I gave you access to our Blueprint Game Plan manual, the manual that we use to walk you through the 5-step system that we have. I also gave you access to training modules, free training sessions that are centered around financial literacy, entrepreneurship, business ownership, investments, and family legacy wealth building. I did that just to extend my resources to you, to not only challenge you to do what most Americans are unable to do, but for you to also start the process of educating yourself and building the muscle to understanding that your earning is directly connected to your learning. So I really want you to type that in the comments or write that down and really take heed to what I just said. I want you to speak it out of your mouth. I want you to type it. I want you to write it down. Take heed to that. My earning is connected to my learning. My earning is connected to my learning. Your earning is connected to your learning. So the more you learn, guess what happens? The more you earn. The less you learn, the less you earn. So earning and learning have a relationship, and they both work cohesively together to get you to where you want to be. And so this $1,000 challenge was just that, for you to do what most Americans are unable to do. So for those of you that can comment, if you're in a position to comment, first of all, if you're not even one of the 25 people who pledged and joined the challenge to save $1,000 by March 31st, which we have 33 more days remaining. It ends March 31st. That's on a Wednesday. That's right. Thank you, Brother Queen. My earning is connected to my learning. So whether you are or not on the $1,000 challenge, I still want to pose that question to you. I want you to tell me, or just give yourself the answer. How important is $1,000? How important is $1,000? How important is $1,000? Is $1,000 important to you?
It is. Remember
You have your $1,000 saved.
I do.
So it's important.
It's very important.
So she was just sharing with me, my PA, she was just sharing with me, what was that, yesterday when we were talking about it? She was sharing with me that because we initiated the $1,000 challenge coming into 2021, she wanted to make sure that she participated in it, even though she's working for me, even though she's a part of the company, she's the sidekick for the show, she still wanted to get in on the experience, the process, and the feeling of taking $1,000 and setting it aside for emergencies. Because this is step one of our 5-step blueprint game plan process. But she was just sharing with me yesterday that because she saved the $1,000, in which you did it in the first month. You did it in January, didn't you? Yeah. She saved the $1,000 and she worked for it. She grind, she hustled, she do her due diligence. She put money aside and got to that 1,000 and said, this is 1,000 for my challenge. But she was explaining to me yesterday that the $1,000 was important to her because something came up a few weeks ago. Her car, one of the lights on her dashboard came on. So without that $1,000, she would have been really under pressure, not knowing what's going on with the car, but also not knowing that she doesn't even have money to fix whatever is wrong with the car. So even though you was feeling a little bad because it's like, wow, I don't want to go through this with my car, but it minimized the burden. It minimized the pain. It minimized the pressure just knowing you had something set aside for emergencies, and enough set aside that if it was $200 or $300 or $400, it wouldn't have bankrupted you. You would have felt it, but at least you had it because now you understand how important $1,000 is to you. Now guess what? If you don't have $1,000 saved, $1,000 should be so important to you that you save it. Don't miss what I just said. If you don't have $1,000 and $1,000 is very important to you, then guess what you need to do? First of all, you need to save it. And if you don't have the money or the means to start today, guess what? You have the means to join a challenge that at least sets your mind to a target that you know is important to you. This is one of the reasons why I challenge people with this $1,000 90-day blueprint game plan challenge. Because I know what it does for you mentally. If you know you're under pressure, if you know you're under the gun, if you know you're being held accountable for something, it starts shaping your mind to think about what you got to do to get it. But if you just sit on the sidelines and say, yeah, but that ain't for me, well, what ain't for you should be for you if it's important to you. So if it's important to you, there's another nugget. If it's important to you, it should be something that you're doing. It should be something that you're engaging in. It should be something that you're focusing on because it's important to you. And because it's important to you, you're leaning in it to make it happen. Now, some of you might not know this, but statistics show, and we're talking about like real statistics. Y'all know I'm like the Google king. So I'm going to Google this before I even say it.
You are on Google.
Yep. I'm going to Google this before I say it, just to show you that I ain't capping. I just Googled how many Americans have less than $1,000. How many Americans have less than I just Googled it. And the website Statista, S-T-A-T-I-S-T-A, Statista.com says personal savings in the U.S., the economy might be strong in the U.S., but it's saying personal savings in the U.S. It says the economy might be strong in the U.S., but nearly 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 stashed away. So we have 320-something million people in the United States of America, and 70%, that's pretty much 7 out of 10 people. Come on, y'all, talk back with me. Don't fall off on me. So we ain't even got 10 people on, at least on my watch. We ain't even got 10 people on the Facebook feed. So out of every 10 people that you can think about right now, 7 don't even have $1,000 saved up. Now, here's my question. Can anybody answer this question? Why does 7 out of 10 Americans why do 7 out of 10 Americans have less than $1,000 saved? What do you think it's for? What is the reason? Somebody drop it in the comments. What are some of the reasons you think why 7 out of 10 people in America don't have at least $1,000? Anybody know that? Does anybody know? Here's another one. This is updated December 1st, 2020. The percentage of Americans with less than $1,000 in savings, and they are suggesting that it's 76%. So that's almost like 8 people out of 10 people who don't have at least $1,000 saved. Does anybody know some of the reasons why the average person don't have at least $1,000 saved? I can give you a couple reasons why. It's their mindset. It starts with your mindset. That's the biggest reason. It ain't because they ain't got no money. Thank you. Brother Queen was dropping it in the comments. Their mindset about money. So their mindset about money, it's a mindset that they have. Because if a dollar is not important to you, $10 won't be important to you. If $10 is not important to you, $100 won't be important to you. If $100 is not important to you, guess what? $1,000 won't be important to you. So it starts with you learning to change your mindset about every dollar. Every dollar. So how do I start changing my mindset about money? Here is how I start changing my mindset about money. I start understanding or realizing, or whatever the word I need to use, that God intends for me to use the resources on this planet to continue to not just glorify Him, but to continue to increase the quality of my life and of the lives of those that I am responsible for. So that means when I understand God has something to do with how I conduct my life financially, not just how I conduct my life spiritually, not just how I conduct my life morally, not just how I conduct my life emotionally, but God is also concerned with how I conduct my life financially. So he is concerned about my economic situation. God is concerned about my financial affairs. God wants me to be in the best position possible so that I can, A, glorify him, B, establish a better quality of life for myself, and then C, make that same thing happen for everybody that I'm able to come into contact with. Well, Prophet Ramone, you got to give me some scriptures on that. Well, let's see what the Bible says about this, because there are scriptures throughout both the Old Testament and the New Testament that support what I'm saying. Deuteronomy chapter 8, beginning at verse 1, here's what the Lord said. He spoke this to the children of Israel. But notice how God speaks to them about their livelihood, about the quality and care of their lives, about their social, moral, spiritual, and economic situation. He says, all the commandments which I command you this day shall you observe to do. He says, I want you to observe all the things that I'm telling you to do so that you may live, and so that you may multiply, and so that you may go into the land and possess the land which I swore to your fathers. So God is so concerned about how you live, how you multiply, how you go in and possess that which he promised you, that he is emphatic about you obeying principles that govern every area of your life, including your economic life, your financial life. He says, and you shall remember all the way which the Lord your God led you these 40 years in the wilderness. So now he's establishing a basis for them to not forget about how he brought you through the tough times to bring you to better times. He said, I allowed this wilderness experience to humble you and to prove you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep my commandments or not. Well, what were his commandments? His commandments were for them to live a certain quality of life. Morally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, economically. There were systems that he established that he wanted them to live by, and he gave them commandments on not just what to do, but how to actually do it. Verse 3, he says, and I humbled you, and I suffered you to hunger, and I fed you with manna, which you didn't even know, neither did your fathers know, that I might make you know. He did all that so that he can show you that you will not live by bread alone, but you will live by every word that proceed out of the mouth of the Lord, so that you can continue to live. And then he went on to tell them what happened to them when they were going through the wilderness experience. Your shoes didn't wear out. You wasn't out of house and home. You had something to eat every day. I gave you the basic necessities. And I have something more for you beyond necessities, which is a thing called luxuries. But in order for me to get you to that luxury quality of life, you have to abide by the regulations and rules, the principles and the practices that govern all these areas of your life. Prophet Ramone, what does this have to do with me saving $1,000 and 7 or 8 out of 10 people in America not having $1,000? Because 8 out of 10 people don't have the right mindset about money. They don't even think God got nothing to do with it. They don't even think God care about them having it or not. But the problem is, when you don't have it, guess who you call on? When you need it, guess who you pray to? The same God who you think in your mind is not concerned about you living a principled life to getting it, saving it, and multiplying it. He says, I want you to live, but I also want you to multiply so you can go and possess that which I have for you. And then when he gets to verse 18, this is one of my favorite verses in Deuteronomy chapter 8. He says, but here's what you should do. You shall remember, oh my God, think about that. I want somebody to see Deuteronomy 8 and 18 because I want to see if you can catch where I'm going with this when it comes to why $1,000 is so important to you. Here's what God says in Deuteronomy 8 and 18. But you shall remember. The key word is remember. In order for you to remember, guess what you got to have the right? You got to have the right mindset. Because you won't remember something or someone unless you have the right mindset. So God says, you shall remember. I want you to have the right mindset about what I think about these areas of your life. Because there ain't no way in this world you're going to put God in $1 and not remember that he's in it for 1,000. The same God that's with you to get $1, the same God that encourages you and empowers you and anoints you and gives you the ingenuity and the ability and the skill and the talents and the business and the opportunities to get $1 is the same God that wants you to live that same principled life to understand how important it is for you to put yourself in the best position you possibly can when it comes to your finances. Deuteronomy 8 and 18, he says, but you shall remember the Lord your God. Why should I remember you, Lord? He tells you why in verse 18. For it is God that gives you what? What does God give you in Deuteronomy 8 and 18? Can somebody tell me in Deuteronomy 8 and 18 what God gives you? Because I'm about to slide this thing in the home plate. Just in case you missed the memo, God does not give you wealth. God does not give you wealth. God gives you the power to get wealth. God does not give you wealth. God gives you the power to get wealth. So let's look at this for a moment. Let's give ourselves a few examples. If you are stranded somewhere and you need a ride from point A to point B. Okay, you're stranded, you need a ride from point A to point B. And I give you keys to a car that's at point A. Would you stay at point A and keep calling me saying, Prophet Ramone, can you give me a ride to point B from point A? No, you won't. You know why? Because you don't need me to give you a ride to point B. In other words, I don't have to give you the wealth. I've given you the power to get to point B. So the power to get wealth is the ability, the capabilities, the tools, the information that you need so that you can get to wealth. So what does the power to get wealth look like? Well, it looks like financial literacy. It looks like you learning how to develop a better relationship with money, learning how to build the muscle to not just make money, but to manage it and to multiply it, learning how to be disciplined to delay gratification, which means when you delay gratification, if you make $100, you don't go spend $100. You make $100 and you put $100 up. When you make $500, you don't spend $500. You make $500 and you put $500 up. When you make more money, you don't find more bills and more expenses to spend more money. You make more money and you find ways to spend less money. These are tools. These are things that make up the power that you need. If you are stuck financially and you're not making money in your business, you're not seeing revenue flow through your ministry, you're not seeing increase in your finances, you stop and take a look in the mirror and say, the reason why my business is not making money, because there's something I'm missing. What am I missing? Well, you might be missing the coaching. You might be missing financial education. You might be missing sales abilities. You might be missing marketing. If you're not moving forward, if you're not doing what Deuteronomy 8 says that God intends for you to do, which is live, multiply, get wealth, build a solid foundation, it's probably because you don't have the right data. You don't have the right support. You don't have the right information. You don't have the right discipline. These are things that you're going to need. And if you don't get them, If you don't obtain them, then you cannot expect to get any further than where you are. Some of you that are listening to me, you're stuck right now. And you're trying to figure out, why can I not get ahead financially? Because you have, watch this, tapped out on what you know about finances. Here's another nugget I'm going to give you. You cannot operate above your level of information. That was for free. Let me say it again. You cannot operate above your level of information. So if you have capped out financially, you can't get no more money to come in. You can't see no more increase. You have no more opportunities. You've hit a ceiling in your business. There's no more revenue flowing. In your entrepreneurial endeavors, on your job, it is because not that you lack money or income or opportunities. Most of the time it's because you lack information. You lack certain principled bedrocks, principled foundations that you need built around your life. And so for those of you that are facing some of those challenges, here's what I want you to do. I want you, number one, to consider joining our $1,000 Blueprint Game Plan Challenge. We have 33 more days left. There are some things that I'm thinking about doing for those who complete the Game Plan Challenge. But for now, I just want to make the resources available. I want you to be a part of something where people are doing their best to move forward. We just reached out to all 25 people yesterday to get an update where they are. And we've had a few people to respond and tell us they got 300, they got 600. We got a couple of people that got 1,000 already. So I'm proud of every one of you that's at least making an effort. If you feel like you have been stuck, if you feel like something is, you might have some blind spots. You might have some blockages, whether they're mental blind spots and blockages, whether they're financial, whether they're entrepreneurial, whether they're professional or personal. I don't know what they are, but this would be a good place to start. For those of you that want to take your opportunities to another level, I want to challenge you and encourage you really to consider joining our Blueprint Game Plan program. If you're the type of person that you're good at learning from virtual education, which means you're good at sitting down in front of your phone or in front of your MacBook or laptop and computer and being taught and being educated by me and being mentored by me at the click of a button at any time, then our Blueprint Game Plans are going to be perfect for you, because our Blueprint Game Plans are made up of hundreds of training courses that we're using to educate people on financial literacy, entrepreneurship, business ownership, ministry leadership, investments, and family legacy wealth building. So if you are one of those individuals that virtual, online, video-based training is something that you know you can do and you learn good by that means of training, I want you to consider plugging into our Blueprint Game Plan program. And here's how you can do it. You can go to Ramonepreston.com, the same website I have up. You could click on whatever Blueprint Game Plan that meets your criteria. You could take a look at all the modules and the training courses and the lessons that you're going to learn. And you can purchase your Blueprint Game Plan, get immediate access to all the video modules, or if you would like for us to assist you to make sure that you're making the best educated decision on what Blueprint Game Plan fits your personal, financial, or business and ministry criteria, then all you have to do is text the word Blueprint to 404-478-7213. You can text the word Blueprint to 404-478-7213. Then for those of you who feel like, you know what, whether you have the Blueprint Game Plan or not, but you might just be the person that says, you know what, I don't really know if watching you, Prophet Ramone, on video is going to be the best solution for me. You may feel like I need something else. I need more of a personal touch. I need personal mentoring. I need to talk with you. I need to be able to sit down with you. I need you to be able to call me and hold me accountable and really walk me through this process. Then we have a coaching program. Now, Monday, which is March the 1st, I'm going to officially open up our exclusive coaching program to the general public. We already have about 10 people, maybe some of you that are watching me and listening to me, who have committed just in a pre-commitment, which means you haven't paid any deposit, you haven't signed any paperwork, you're just speaking to my PA and you're saying to her, or you're responding to certain content we've been sending out, that you want to be a part of our coaching program. Here's what I want you to understand, and I'll be talking about this in depth Monday. But on our university training platform, we have a 90-day program available. This is our signature coaching program that we provide for individuals, entrepreneurs, and ministry leaders. This is like high-level, high-performance business coaching. That's the kind of coaching I provide. I'm not just talking fluff and lollygagging every time I communicate with a client who's paying to be coached. I'm talking about getting your business to the next level. I'm talking about you getting that bag. I'm trying to find low-hanging fruit so that you can increase your income. That's the kind of coaching I provide, and we put together strategies and solutions to get you to whatever that expected goal you want to achieve is. But here's what I'm going to be offering to the public, and it's only a limited amount of people that we're going to be able to bring in. But what we're doing is, and this is something that we've been talking about for like 6 weeks, and we've been strategizing, and I finally locked in a decision and said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I really want to help as many people as I can for the next year. So what we decided to do was to take our 90-day coaching program that we have right now and offer 4 90-day programs for the price of 1. That's what I'm going to be doing. So basically, I am going to be coaching an exclusive group of people for a year, which is 4 90-day coaching programs, and it's only going to be for the price of 1. So if you would like to be coached by me, my team, my company, for 1 year, we have an entire 52-week schedule of coaching that we're going to provide for you. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be full of one-on-one coaching sessions, group coaching mastermind sessions with other individuals who are being coached, virtual training sessions. We're going to have coaching conference calls. We're going to have reading and other homework assignments. It's going to be absolutely amazing for 1 year. And I'm basically giving you a 1-year coaching program for the price of a 90-day coaching program. So you're basically getting 4 coaching programs for the price of 1. If that's you and you know that's what I need Prophet Ramone in my ear every week, every day. I need Prophet Ramone and his team on the sidelines of my life every week and every day. I need that mentoring. I need somebody to help hold me accountable and put me in alignment so I can really get to where I want to go. Our goal, what is our financial goal for all of our coaching clients?
To see 6 figures.
To see 6 figures. That's our goal. We've already set it out. Our goal is to get every coaching client, everybody that joins this 1-year coaching program, to 6 figures. That's what my goal is, to get you to 6 figures. How can we get you in your personal finances? How can we get you in your business? How can we get you in your ministry to 6 figures in 12 months? I know it can be done. I've done it for multiple years, multiple times over. So I know it can be done. I can't get you to 10 figures, at least I'm trying to get there. But I know I can get you to 6. And I know we can work that thing out to make that thing happen. So if you want to be a part of our coaching program, you gotta get in. You gotta not only sign up, but I would even encourage you to make that initial deposit, because it's gonna be a first come, first served basis. So whoever puts the deposit down, locks their slot in, they're going to be the ones that get in, because once we close it, it's going to be closed, and it'll go, this is what we have available. If you go to my platform right now, this is what we have on there. So the exclusive offer that I've only been talking about on this show, and with the people who are already on our text message list, which are clients, I haven't even sent emails out in depth about the details. Nobody else has access to it. So you can't just randomly call and say, hey, I want access to that 1-year coaching program. It doesn't exist. It's an exclusive program that I put together. My team and I have come together to commit to say, we'll take a group of people who really want to commit and who's really hungry and thirsty, and we're going to work to get them to 6 figures. So if that's you, all you have to do is text coaching to 404-478-7213.
Ask about the deposit, right? But are we talking about it, or you want me to just discuss it with her?
No, they're asking about it. I'll give them an answer.
Okay, so she want to know, Carrie wants to know how much the deposit.
Here's the deposit. So if you go to my coaching program right here on Ramonepreston University, you'll see that our coaching program, our 90-day business coaching program, is $4,999, $49.99. That's the signature coaching program that we have for 90 days. And we haven't had one client, have we? We haven't had one client that has argued, fussed about the money, or complained about the services they got. As a matter of fact, it was so good, my PA, we just recently ended one 90-day coaching program, and I walk in the office, what was that? Friday or Monday? I walk in the office Monday, and she's on the phone with the same client who's not only praising us for how amazing the 90-day coaching program was and what it did for their life and for their business and for their ministry and organization, they actually signed up for a second 90-day program. Now that was amazing. I was like, now y'all know y'all doing it big. So here's my point. Let me get back to the question that you asked. The 1-year coaching program is 4 90-day programs for the price of 1. So if you were to take 4 90-day coaching programs throughout the course of the year, you're actually paying $5,000 4 times. So you're getting a $20,000 1-year coaching program for $49.99. The deposit, I'm even making it better. The deposit is going to be $1,000. So you pay a $1,000 deposit. Hear me clearly. $1,000 deposit that locks you in to the 1 year of coaching, which means you're getting a $20,000 program for a $1,000 deposit. And then the difference of the $49.99, which would be $39.99, we're going to spread it out over the 12 months that you're being coached. That's how amazing of an opportunity it is. So let's do the math on that. Let's say if you take 4 $5,000 coaching programs and you're given an opportunity to take that for the price of 1, you're going to get 1 year of coaching for $5,000. So $49.99 minus the $1,000 deposit, that leaves you with $39.99 remaining. You're going to divide that by 12, so you'll be basically paying $333 a month throughout the course of your 52-week, 1-year coaching program. $5,000 is definitely better than $20,000, but $1,000 down, and then we're not even pushing you to pay the $39.99 immediately. We're allowing you to pay it throughout the course of the 1 year in monthly installments, because that's how serious I am of making sure you hit your milestones. That's how serious I am about making sure that you get your results. And that's how confident I am in what I know I'm capable of doing, because I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the clients that we serve. And I really want to make it affordable and easy to get in for people who I truly believe need coaching. Because we've seen the trends. Like a lot of the clients that we have on our online virtual training program, of course our blueprint programs, which are $500 to $1,000, they're cheaper, but they're virtual. And so you don't get me in person, you don't get us regularly holding you accountable because it's not a coaching program. So there's a big difference between virtual training and a coaching program. But what we've seen just within the last 6 months or so is that out of over 50 blueprint game plan purchasers that we have personally been able to touch and give some level of consulting and coaching to, just on a random, maybe once in a while basis, we have been able to gather the data and see that most of the 50 plus individuals that we have personally touched, we have personally assessed, we have personally evaluated, most of them don't do as well with virtual training as they do with in-person group training or hand-to-hand coaching if we integrate that into. So we intentionally gave about 50 people an opportunity to plug into our Blueprint Game Plan program, and we provided for them free consultation sessions, follow-up sessions. Some of them actually got one-on-one coaching sessions, and we were doing that as a research and development pilot just to see what actually works best and brings the biggest bang in the lives of the people who are learning what we're teaching. And we saw that if we could create a coaching program long enough and affordable enough, we could actually push people beyond 6 figures. And so that's one of the, like, there's science and math and data and statistics and research behind what we're doing. I'm not just up here scratching my head saying, oh, you know what, I got a good idea. No, we're thinking this thing through because we want results. The more people who win from the stuff that I'm teaching, the better off we are, because that's more people who can validate that he's actually teaching you things that are working and that are changing lives. So if you want to be a part of that coaching program, you got to get in. We're going to take it public, open it up to everyone beginning Monday, and we're going to kick it off officially in April. So you already have to be signed up with your deposit. We have paperwork that we have to send you so that you can go through it, so that we can make sure that you're locked in. We're going to send you the 1-year schedule so you can see what the schedule is going to look like, so you can build your life around it. And then we're going to schedule our first one-on-one session with you.
When will it start?
It will start April 1st. It will start April 1st. So throughout the month of March, we're going to be locking everyone in first with their deposit. Once you make your deposit, and you can actually go to our platform. If you go to our platform, you'll be able to see what our coaching program is about. Right here, you'll see on our platform page, what does the 90-day coaching program include? Now remember, this coaching program is going to be for a year, so it's not what you see here for 90 days, but you can get an idea of what exactly is Prophet Ramone going to be providing for me. So it's going to show you what exactly we do, and it also shows you how it works. So for example, here's the question: how does the coaching program work? Just scratch off 90 days. Well, it says I will prepare a success strategy based on your initial assessment on the results you intend to achieve. So there's a strategic process we go through. There's a formula that we have. It's not, I guess you could say it's proprietary, because I've created it for me and for my clients, but there's a process we take you through. There's a formula that we have. And so the formula, you can see how it works in here. So you're going to have an assessment. Once you pay that first $1,000 deposit, I'll simplify it. We're gonna lock you in, put it in stone. We're gonna send you paperwork for your commitment for that year, because you have to commit for the year. And you have a financial commitment for that year, but you also have a work commitment. You have to show up. You have to do the work. You have to complete the assignments. You have to be willing to be held accountable. These are all things that are going to be a part of our coaching agreement with you for that 1 year. It's going to be a real agreement. This ain't no game. Your life and your family, your legacy is on the line. My life, my family, my legacy is on the line. And I'm not going to just be around here coaching people only to look back and say, oh, I made a little money. But now it's people out there whose lives have not even changed because what? I didn't do my part, I didn't hold them accountable, or I wasn't as professional as I could be. We're gonna do this the right way so that you can really succeed and win. So you'll pay your initial $1,000 deposit. We will follow up with you to verify that your deposit was made. We will send you the information, which will be the coaching agreement. It will also be the coaching schedule, and it will be access to your initial assessment form. That initial assessment form is going to give you access to the university training platform where you will fill out the form. Once you submit it, it will come back to us. Once we get that assessment form and we go over it and we assess what your situation is based on the questions that you've answered and the information you've submitted, we're going to reach back out to you and we'll schedule the first one-on-one session. That one-on-one session is going to be the preliminary process of setting you up for the whole year. That's when we're going to assess all your goals, your roadblocks, your barriers, things that you want to achieve financially in your business or ministry. We'll help you create a game plan, an action plan for the course of the year. And then we're going to bang that thing out, and we're going to continue to educate you. We'll provide certain training for you based on what your assessment is. It's a very sophisticated formula that I put together, and I'm very proud of it. And again, this is a part of my legacy. So I already know I can do a year coaching program and make $20,000 in my sleep for a year. But for me to do it for a fourth and to spread out those payments for a year, just to help people get to six figures, that's worth more than 20 grand for me. That's a lifetime of a relationship I'm gonna have with you. We might be business partners at the end of the year. We might be fellow investors at the end of the year. We might be a part of something that's worth $10 million at the end of the year. So that's the way we're gonna do it. So for those of you that wanna be a part of it, all you have to do is text coaching, excuse me, to 404-478-7213. And again, it's a limited amount of people that we're accepting. I don't care who you is. I'm just being 100 with you. You could be my first cousin. You could be my mama, my auntie. First come, first serve. You want to get in, you got to be serious about it. That shows a lot about your character when you're actually serious about it. So I love y'all. I want y'all to have an amazing weekend. Monday, you do not want to miss our show. We're going to be kicking off a new campaign Monday. For those, I'm telling you, I just got an itchy suspicion that we're going to get more people than we anticipate to respond to the coaching program. But we're going to have to close it off. We're going to have to close it off. Because I already know I'm not going to be able to personally coach 100 people. So the ones who get in, the rest will just have to be coached based on the 90-day program that we have available. Because I already have my business set up and structured in a way that the 90 days work for me, in which it's definitely high performing. Yeah. It's definitely a very intense program for 90 days. And you can't even imagine probably what can be accomplished in 90 days when you are on a program like this. But this 1 year program is exclusive. Kelly, I love you, girl. Appreciate all of y'all. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you